So Uranus in the 12th house tends to be the most confusing placement out of all the planets. That is because the 12th house is a very mysterious house placement, and Uranus is a very erratic, chaotic, unpredictable planet. So together is very confusing. Before we get started on Uranus in the 12th house, let's go back and see what is the 12th house means. So the 12th house has to do with your subconscious, dreams, um, spirituality, the other side, the other realms. It's not really in this world, is in the other realms, you know, the higher realms. It has to do with deep emotional waters, and with deep emotional water, it can bring fears to the surface. It has to do with repress, suppressed feelings, shyness, privacy, isolation, explosive behavior, solitude, your childhood, transcendence, overly sensitive, intuition, psychic abilities, your feet and your toes, the occult, feeling uneasy. Yeah, the 12th house rules hospitals, um, prison, mental institutions, foraging places. Any private, isolated place. The 12th house rules that. All right, so let's get started. Uranus in the 12th house. I have this placement. Also, it's as aspecting for my planets, the Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Mars. Also, I have this retrograde as well. I have also 3 planets, the 12th house, Moon, Neptune, and Uranus, which we're going to talk about. All right, so let's get started on before you were born, when you were in your mom's belly, in her womb. Your mother's pregnancy may not be the same as other woman pregnancy. She may have go against the grain of what normal pregnancy woman will do. So it was very likely chaotic when you were in your mother's womb. She may have seriously been accidentally prone during this time, and there was a feeling implanted in you that made you feel equally fearful of giving up your freedom, as well as just unaffected and detached from what is actually happening. So through your mother, you became very used to chaos and embracing the unexpected. Your conception was so unexpected that it was very hard to even believe. So when you came out of your mother's womb, there was a side of you that was overwhelmingly unpredictable, odd, free. So yeah, the 12th house placement tend to express itself in an extreme way in your early life, in your childhood, when you were a baby, inside the womb. That's where the 12th house really, expresses itself extremely. And as you get older, feelings like of guilt, fear, shame, victimization starts to come up just for having those traits. The 12th house has to do with hidden strength, weakness, talent. So the 12th house energy always finds a way to emerge, and when it does, it's usually self-destructive. So like it won't stay hidden forever. If you have Uranus in the 12th house, you may feel the freest when you're alone, when you're inside your own little world. So Uranus in the 12th house, you may appear conventional, but you're quite individualistic in private. You're fearful of revealing your personal crazy side, or you may be fearful of being perceived as different, abnormal, or crazy. You're vulnerable to the public image due to family background. So your family might have a lot of rules, restrictions over you, being too weird or eccentric or odd. So you may fear of being rejected to the public image, and you may feel anxious about it, about showing that side of you. But at the same time, it will also lead to outright condemnation. You fantasize about being unconventional, independent, and outrageous in your behavior. You're mentally active. You're quick to change your focus of attention. It's difficult to concentrate in one thing, but you're fascinated by each pursuit that you change your focus into. You don't feel confined by reality. Your sleeping patterns are extremely unusual. You're constantly in a state of internal excitement, so you feel internally excited constantly. So yeah, you may again fantasize about engaging in law-breaking behaviors, rebel against rules and regulation, express your self-will in unexpected ways. Your inner world is very chaotic and unpredictable. Again, the 12th house has to do with the other side, the subconscious is hidden. It's very, you know, internally. You have split personalities. Your disorganized, intense emotional state seems like you're going crazy. Your internal energy may be disruptive, but also awakens you to liberate yourself and have an inner awakening. You may hesitate to join social and political activities, movements. You feel alienated from mainstream rather than becoming involved in a group or in a community activity. You have electrical charges running through your body, electricity. You prefer to cultivate your private life to express your individuality. You attract individualistic people or eccentric people, and in their company you may feel free to express your chaotic side, you know, to be crazy and not, you know, feel shame or guilt on doing so, because there's other people like you as well. With this placement, you will find interest in astrology, psychic phenomenon, and other intuitive and progressive forms of knowledge. You have a highly charged nervous system. You experience delight in shocking others. Sometimes have volatile, erratic, strange, inappropriate outbursts. People are likely to see your secret self as well. They're aware of that side of you. You're not sure who you will be in the next morning, so like each morning day you're like a different person. You're not sure who you're gonna be. Sudden flashes of genius moments, insights, and transformative experiences. It's important to embrace your own individuality and find a constructive outlet for your unique ways and talents. You create structures within your relationship which enable you to break free of convention and to risk acting crazy or outrageous. It's important to accept your uniqueness and value it as well as a human being. You have dedication to the metaphysical studies or to humanitarian causes. When it comes to friendships, they are important of you. You have keen intuition to help you understand your friends better and relate to their life issues. They in turn provide hidden support in times of stress for you. So like, the more open you are with your inner world to your friends, you're most likely to benefit your friendship more, you know, instead of the superficial friend stuff that's more, you know, deep, emotional. So yeah, that's Uranus in the 12th house. Now I'm gonna read you some quotes from famous people that relates to this placement from this book right here, Your Secret Self by Tracy Marks. Illuminating the mystery of the 12th house. The hidden self rebels its slumber broken by Walter de la Mare. We must always change, renew, regenerate ourselves, otherwise we harden, by Goethe. I know my own best friend is me, by Ogden Nash. Who are you, said the caterpillar. Alice replied rather shyly. I hardly know, sir. Just at present, at least I know who I was when I got up this morning, but I think I must have changed several times since then. By Lewis Carroll. She tried to be respectable because respectably kept away the chaos that sometimes overwhelmed her, causing her to call out in sleep, screaming wild sounds. By Anne Richardson Royfie. Revolutions begin with the self, in the self, by Tony Cade. When I'm crazy, you all seem perfectly sane, but when I'm sane, you all seem perfectly crazy. By Ogden Nash. My personality is not split, it's shredded. By Jack Parr. And he that yearns the truth to know so further inwardly may go. By Lewis Carroll. The healthy being craves an occasional wildness, a jolt from normality, a brief execution from its way of life. By Robert McLever. They regard themselves as aliens in their own world, a condition to which I am somewhat familiar. I have a human half as well as an alien half. Submerged by Spark and Star Trek. A man who reforms himself has contributed his full share towards the reformation of his neighbor by Norman Douglas. A man can be free even within prison walls. The body can be bound with chains, the spirit never. By Belton Brecht. To go against the dominant thinking of your friends, of most of the people you see every day, is perhaps the most difficult act of heroism you can have. By Theodore H. White. A man lives not only his personal life as an individual, but also consciously or unconsciously the life of his epoch and his contemporaries. By Thomas Mann. These are some quotes from famous people that relates to the 12th house and Aquarius, just to give you guys a more better understanding. Alright, so yeah, that's my video, guys. Thanks for watching about Uranus in the 12th house. If you have any questions, any comments, leave a comment. If you like this video, like it, share it if you want. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.